Kevin, how you doing?
Great. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. So what's the adjustment been like to college life and being away from home and being around a new team?
Kind of like transitioning. I mean, it's kind of different because high school to college is more like up tempo, more like being on your own. You gotta, just be ready for everything. Be on time, be alert, be ready, stay focused.
I mean, the coaching changes that happened on the staff, and obviously new defensive line coach T. Knighton. How did they convince you to stick with Florida State, even though you're going to be dealing with some new people that didn't really recruit you early on?
During that time, I also was doing like my own little background checks on like the people that was coming in, that was like kind of taking over, or like how many people they were bringing in, or who was they bringing in. Cause I do my own little research to see what was going on, and really, it was really Mike and Coach Odell. Even though he's not primarily my D-line coach heavily, but like he's still there. He's still helping out. He's still around. And T. Knight, he's a great guy. Feel everything was just good, and the loyalty just from FSU just kept me there. So,
Chris.
Hey Kevin, schematically, you know what they were. What do you expect them to be under the new coaching staff, especially your role up front?
Can you say that one more time?
Schematically, how do you think it will be different from what they were versus what they're going to be in your role up front?
I feel like my role up front is going to be all over the place, really. It really doesn't matter where they have me. And what was the other question?
The scheme.
The scheme, like what we're running?
Yeah, how they were more 4-3 and how it's expected to be slightly different under Coach White.
We're going to be all over the place. So, yeah.
Go back to Ira on your right hand side.
I think everybody's known about you for a long time, but it seemed like when you went to that All-American game that there was a lot of hype about you and how you were doing in practices. Did you sense that? Did you hear it? Were people hitting you up about it? There was a lot of hype on social media about how you were doing out there.
Yeah, a lot of people hit me up actually, like especially like it was like some practices I had to get like sit out because nobody couldn't get no play off of. I'm like, hey, this is how I go. If they came out there to ball out for real, just let the people know and let the world know that we're coming to play.
Ira.
I think Coach Norvell and all the defensive coaches have said that you're a guy that can do a lot of different things on a football field. Are there players that you watch either in college or the NFL that you feel like you're that kind of player, or you just your own guy?
I feel like I'm kind of more like my own guy, but I have people compare me to like Grady and Eric Donald and people like that.
Pretty good comparison.
Yeah.
Matt.
Florida State was your first offer, right?
Yes, sir.
They were kind of stuck with you and weren't the first in a lot of your parts of your recruitment. Like, it was the first place you brought your parents to. Like, how important was them being so early, like finding you and I guess evaluating you to sticking with them in the end?
Them being like the first people like to recruit me, offer me everything, like it means something because like I was just not getting to high school for real, and I didn't really know how big, football, like how big it could go for me. So like knowing how they could just see me and just see my friends, just see the potential that I had, like it just means something to me.
Thank you, Chris, up front.
You like cooking a lot, right?
Oh yeah.
Is that what you intend to pursue in college, and what's your best dish?
Of course, for me, I'm trying to set myself up to open a restaurant while I'm in college. But my favorite thing to cook is steak or salmon, scalloped potatoes, and asparagus.
Okay. Ira. You can just ask it. Just go ahead and ask it.
I mean, when you in terms of your strength, your physical strength, I mean, do you max out on stuff? I mean, it looks like you could throw around some weight. What do you do in the weight room?
Like, you want my numbers?
I mean, if you want to share them, but you know, and do you ever max out? Do you know what you could lift? Or
I haven't maxed out in a while, actually. I think last time I actually maxed out was like 8th grade. So, like, but I have been throwing up a lot of weight. And I can throw a lot of weight.
has that always been when did you start getting like power?
7th grade.
Really?
6th, 7th grade, yeah. I always been a country boy strong.
Right.
Country boy, then my dad got me in the weight room. And folks, like, at home, my uncles and stuff, they got me lifting, and I was always working, like, country boy stuff. So,
Steven?
Kevin, follow up on you throwing down in the kitchen. Is that something that you just had a natural passion for, or did it just develop later on in your life?
it was a little both, honestly. Like watching my grandma, mother, dad, everybody cook, and then like the food always come out, and everybody be happy on like holidays or just in general. Always made me have a smile, and I always wanted to do that for myself. And then just learning and picking up new things as I go, it just resonates with the soul.
All right.
It's going back a minute, but when Coach Odell, when he was playing here, I think Country Strong is probably how people described him. Did he ever talk about how? Do you remind him of himself, and have you ever seen him as a player?
I seen a couple clips from Coach Odell. One of the funny things I seen from him when he was rapping, yeah, it was so funny. Like I was like, bro, what are you doing? But yeah, I seen a couple of his some of his highlights. He was a dog back in the day. Yeah, so.
Aslan?
Kevin, when you talk about your dad and your uncles like pushing you in the weight room and getting you to lift weights, was that something your dad and your uncles like, hey Kevin, let's get in the weight room and see what it's all about, or was that something you kept asking like, hey, I want to do this, please let me do this, help me out?
To be honest, it was a little bit of both because I always wanted to stay in the weight, to stay healthy, and I always wanted to just be strong just because. And they still do, but they see potential in me that I didn't know I had for myself at the time. So they tried to help embrace and did everything they could to help push the potential that I had out of me. So without them and the people in my corner, I probably wouldn't be here today. So I really appreciate that and everybody who helped me so far.
Ira?
Everybody likes a winner, and so were your friends and people in school and people in the community giving you a hard time? That you had some of these other schools coming after you that won a lot of games last year, and Florida State did not.
Yeah.
Were people kind of, what are you doing, and did that bother you? How'd you handle that?
It was like yes or no. Like most of my cousin homeboys that I played with, they was like, you know, just do what's best for you, cause at the end of the day it's your decision and stuff like that, which I agree with. And then it just be like outside people that was like, you know, you should go ahead and change. You know, they ain't doing too good, but like to me, it really didn't matter at the time, like how they was doing, because I know the people in the program and how the structure, how they was trying to build, and I wanted to be a part of that. So that's why I came here.
Aslan?
2 questions, Kevin. The nickname Juju, how'd that come about? And then now that you've had about, I don't know, 10 or so of these tour beauty workouts in you, just how comfortable do you feel and what kind of mindset are you gonna approach spring football with?
So Juju. Okay. I had that since I was like a baby. So like my cousin gave me that since I was since I was a baby. So I was trying to talk, and I was stuttering a lot. And she was like, "Just get it out, Juju. Just get it out." And I was like, I didn't know what was going on. So then my uncle's cousin who put me in the recreation football, it stuck with me then because they was calling me Juju. And then after, you know, everybody was calling Juju, and now everybody just know me as Juju now. So.
Should we call you Juju or Kevin?
Juju. And tour of duty, What was the question about tour duty?
Just
again?
now that you've been through about a dozen of them or whatever, like, how comfortable do you feel going into spring football? It's gonna be your mindset in terms of the impact you think you can make.
Tour duty. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a great transition. The spring football, cause like the transition from the workouts that we do in tour duty to actual working outs. Like I feel like we're gonna probably do more. We did more workouts and stuff like that in tour duty, which is probably gonna, switch over and turn over to, spring football, keeping us playing fast.
Any other questions? Okay, thanks, Juju.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.